This morning, the former poster boy of crypto, who prosecutors said ran one of the biggest financial frauds in history, is speaking from the decrepit, sometimes violent jail where he's being held.
Two men, two legends in their own right, staring at cinderblock walls they never imagined they'd see. One is Sam Bankman-Fried, a self-proclaimed math whiz who soared to billionaire status by promising the world a new financial frontier through cryptocurrency. The other is Sean Diddy Combs, a hip-hop icon, trendsetter, and mogul with an empire spanning music, fashion, and beyond.
Now to Sam Bankman-Fried and Sean Diddy Combs. Bankman-Fried says he shares a dormitory-style bunk with Combs.
The place I'm in, I'm not in physical danger.
Now, Bankman-Fried is sharing a dormitory-style living unit with music mogul and accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs.
Now, both find themselves in the same notorious federal facility, MDC Brooklyn, sharing a reality defined by cramped bunks, meager meals, and the permanent buzz of fluorescent lights. How did it all go so terribly wrong? And, more intriguingly, what kind of bond could possibly emerge between two colossal names locked behind the same walls? Buckle up for a tale that fuses wealth, fame, downfall, and an unexpected prison friendship. One that could change how we view celebrity, ambition, and the steep price of failure.
This is the first time, George, we're hearing from Sam Bankman-Fried since he began serving his 25-year sentence. He says he's working on an appeal, playing chess with armed robbers, and he says his fellow inmate Sean Combs has been kind.
A surreal meeting in detention, MDC. Brooklyn is infamous among those who know anything about federal lockup. It's a place reserved for high-profile detainees awaiting trial or serving shorter sentences under brutal conditions. But even this bleak setting wasn't prepared for the arrival of Sam Bankman-Fried and Diddy, two names that once signified limitless success. In hushed corners of the facility, inmates gossiped that Sam, rumpled hair, hunched posture, and all, was spotted chatting with the impeccably groomed Diddy about everything from music deals to hedge funds.
I've made some friends. It's a weird environment, alleged ex-gangsters.
Yes. What's Diddy like?
Obviously I've only seen one piece of him. He's been kind to people in the unit.
Picture that. The subdued crypto nerd talking shop with the flamboyant rap titan while guards roam the corridors. Why these two men get along at all is a subject of near obsessive curiosity. Some speculate that Sam, who's more used to spreadsheets and financial modeling, admires the business instincts that made Diddy an enduring force for decades. Others claim that Diddy is fascinated by Sam's analytical mind, which once convinced millions of investors that crypto could make them wealthy beyond belief. Inside these walls, social status flips upside down. Alliances form less around shared interests and more around a need for psychological survival. Yet, how each man wound up in this predicament highlights two drastically different paths to downfall. The crypto prodigy who fell hard. Sam Bankman-Fried seemed to have everything figured out until the controversies surfaced. He was championed as a modern-day financial wizard, creating the FTX exchange and hooking big-name celebrities to endorse his platform. Money poured in from venture capitalists, institutional investors, and everyday people convinced that Sam's clever formulas and endless energy spelled guaranteed riches. But behind the scenes, prosecutors say Sam's empire was built on shaky accounting, questionable transfers, and a hidden funnel of funds propping up his hedge fund, Alameda Research. Allegations surfaced of billions vanishing, a black hole that left panicked investors scrambling. In court, he was painted as a puppeteer of an elaborate scheme, using fancy math as a smokescreen to hide risky bets that went belly up. Convicted on multiple fraud charges, he received a 25-year sentence, hardly the life he once envisioned from his sleek office towers. Now he roams the austere hallways of MDC Brooklyn, a place where even the basics, clean water, edible meals, personal space, aren't guaranteed. While awaiting further appeal processes, Sam reportedly busies himself with chess matches against seasoned players whose backgrounds are as far from the corporate world as you can imagine. Ironically, he often loses to them, but losing a board game pales next to the bigger game he's trying to win. Proving to the world, and maybe himself, that his downfall wasn't entirely his fault. But the rap impresario sharing the unit with Sam has his own labyrinth of legal troubles to navigate. Diddy's hidden storm. Combs was a household name long before the phrase cryptocurrency existed. He shaped modern hip-hop with chart-topping releases, launched influential clothing lines, and rubbed shoulders with Hollywood's elite. He was unstoppable, until accusations surfaced that sent shockwaves through both fans and business associates. Rumors spread of underhanded deals, manipulative behavior, and darker claims that threatened to overturn his carefully curated public image. While Diddy maintains he's innocent, the court saw enough red flags to deny his bail request. Some argue it's simply because the judge worries about a high-profile figure fleeing or exerting undue influence on potential witnesses. Others see it as the justice system trying to make an example out of a celebrity. Either way, the result is the same. Diddy remains in detention, forced to live among men with far less glamorous backgrounds. Gone are the lavish parties and chauffeured SUVs. His daily routine now involves a strict head count, bland meals on metal trays, and the unending psychological drain of prison monotony. The facility holding them is notorious, and adjusting to it could be the hardest part of their new reality. Inside the brutality of MDC Brooklyn. Few places rival MDC Brooklyn for pure discomfort and tension. With its concrete corridors, flickering lights, and a near-constant sense of suspicion, it's the polar opposite of the luxurious penthouses Sam and Diddy once called home. Overcrowded cells mean privacy is non-existent. Downtime is a luxury, not a right. Lockdowns happen so frequently that inmates can go days without stepping into the common area. Those who've spent time inside describe the gnawing anxiety of never truly knowing if the next hour will bring a surprise inspection, a confrontation among inmates, or total lockdown. Even the basics are a problem. Reports of undercooked food or unsanitary living quarters have plagued MDC for years, often prompting outcries from human rights groups. For Sam, it's a far cry from discussing liquidity pools in a climate-controlled boardroom. For Diddy, used to personal chefs, it's another staggering blow to his sense of identity. Yet these conditions are the great equalizer, reminding every inmate, celebrity or not, that the system doesn't bend easily for status or fame. In such dire surroundings, it's no surprise that unexpected alliances form. The unlikely bond grows. In the grim setting of MDC, Sam and Diddy's reported connection has evolved into a daily routine. They talk about life, family, and regrets in hushed tones, often while hunched over a battered chessboard. Sam, known for his rapid-fire thinking, sometimes rambles about how he might have saved FTX if only given more time. Diddy nods but counters with stories of business deals and high-stakes record label politics. Situations where one bold move could spell either triumphant success or a humiliating fall. Some inmates say Diddy's confident swagger still shines through, despite his prison blues, while Sam's more introverted style reveals itself in reflective pauses. Observers claim it's like watching two puzzle pieces fit together. Sam's logic and data-driven reasoning meets Diddy's flair and instinct for reading people. Both men may be from different worlds, but right now, those worlds have merged into the reality of cold steel tables and bunk beds. What do they get out of this bond? Perhaps Sam appreciates advice from someone who's spent decades thriving in a high-pressure industry. Maybe Diddy benefits from Sam's cerebral approach, gleaning insights into the financial complexities that might influence his own strategy for beating the charges. Above all, each has found a sense of comfort in the fact that neither is truly alone in facing a massive public downfall. But the clock is ticking as each man's legal destiny looms on the horizon.
A surprising number of them are fairly good at chess. I'm not saying they're grandmasters, but I lose games to them all the time. I was not expecting that.
Legal battles that could redefine them. Sam Bankman-Fried may officially have a 25-year sentence, yet he's not done fighting. His legal team is working overtime to appeal the conviction, dissecting every angle of alleged procedural missteps or evidence mishandling. They're also scrutinizing the timing of public disclosures about FTX's downfall, hoping to show that panic and rumor-mongering hastened the company's collapse rather than deliberate fraud. It's a gamble, but Sam was never one to shy away from high-risk, high-reward scenarios. Meanwhile, Diddy faces charges that might carry equally life-altering consequences. With no bail and a trial date on the horizon, his only chance to maintain his legacy could hinge on convincing a jury he's the victim of opportunistic claims. His attorneys argue that the star power he used to open doors is now being used to vilify him, painting him as a mastermind when, in their view, he's merely a big target with deep pockets. Observers note that if either man walks out of MDC Brooklyn vindicated, the public narrative might shift. Sam could attempt a comeback as a reformed entrepreneur. Diddy might reclaim his seat at the top of the music world, although overshadowed by a swirl of suspicion. The alternative is grim, a decades-long prison stay that cements their fall from grace and serves as a cautionary tale for anyone who dreams of unstoppable success. And while they square off against the justice system, the emotional toll of prison life keeps climbing.
Well, it's a really interesting question. And if, of course, some of them are, I think are thinking like, wow, this is sort of a big opportunity, like, you know, to meet people they wouldn't otherwise get to meet, which is, it shocked me the first time I heard that.
Isolation, reflection, and survival. Prison isn't just concrete and steel. It's a psychological battlefield. Sam reportedly paces the corridors, mentally replaying the rise and fall of his empire, wondering if there was one specific deal or partnership that flipped everything upside down. Diddy, despite his outward bravado, has been seen retreating into long, silent spells, possibly grappling with how his once unshakable brand could erode so quickly. In a place devoid of typical celebrity perks, small gestures count. A conversation over watery coffee can break the monotony. A reassuring word from a fellow inmate can momentarily distract from overwhelming uncertainty. Rumors say that Sam has taught basic financial literacy to inmates curious about crypto, while Diddy's rumored to have shown younger detainees how to navigate the cutthroat entertainment industry. Stripped of their outside influence, they still possess knowledge that resonates with people who may never have dreamed of careers outside the streets. But no matter how much they mentor or reflect, an uncertain finale awaits them both. The road to possible redemption. Will Sam Bankman-Fried and Sean Diddy Combs ever see a life beyond the barbed wire fences of MDC Brooklyn? Will one or both manage to beat the charges and reclaim some measure of their old prestige? Or are they destined to become symbols of caution, men who flew too close to the sun, only to crash and burn where everyone can see? Their strange alliance behind bars is a reminder that, at rock bottom, even the most improbable pairings can offer a lifeline. It remains to be seen whether their connection will endure once the cell doors swing open, or if it's merely a product of necessity in a dark and isolating place. For now, the world watches, captivated by two fallen giants grasping for any shred of hope and humanity. Thank you for watching Buzzed Celebs and exploring this story with us. If you're as curious as we are about the next twists in this saga, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment to share your thoughts, and give this video a thumbs up. Will these men find redemption or seal their fates forever? Your guess might be as good as theirs, so tell us what you think below.